Hey guys, we're here at the Nightcap Cafe with the wonderful Joslyn-Marie, doing another of our Cafecito sessions for Gents. Jocelyn, thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks.
It's lovely to have you.
Thanks.
Obviously, we're in the Nightcap, which is a great venue to always have. I know that you throw the open mics here.
I do.
How have they been going? How have you been experiencing those?
Well, I love this venue, obviously. It's very cool vibes. It's, the owner's awesome. And it's in a really good neighborhood, too. So I feel like it's great to have, different artists of, different genres and styles to come in this small, very, comfortable.
Intimate.
Sure,
yeah.
Sure. So it's cool.
That's
I
awesome.
Like it.
That's awesome. That's really good. You're about to release this project, Karma, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What has that been like? What has been the process in writing this new project, writing this new album? How have there been any hiccups? How has the process been so far?
Well, I feel like it's been a smooth transition for the most part. It's been kind of a 3-year project, with a couple of tracks being almost 5 years old. So it's been a very it's been good for the most part. I mean, I have a couple of tracks that I literally was just like, no, I'm not going to release it. I'm not going to release it.
Sure, second guessing yourself.
Yeah, second guessing for sure. But then I'm just like, you know what? This needs to be part of the album. So I feel like, oh yeah, it's an album now, by the way.
Oh, so it is officially an album.
Yeah.
You can officially call it an album. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't super sure.
So it's been good. Of course, there's hiccups. And of course, you're always kind of just like, oh, I'm not sure what to do. But for the most part, it's been good. It's been good.
That's awesome. That's really good.
Yeah.
Why the name Karma? Or what has Karma influenced the music that you're releasing? Or
about 5 years ago, I had a situation, a life-turning moment happen to me.
Okay.
Where I was walking across the street, got hit by a car.
Oh no.
Physical car on body action.
Oh sure.
And
for some reason I assumed that you had been physically hit by a car. I did not assume that you were in a car accident for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But damn, that's crazy. So I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's totally cool. I mean, it opened my eyes from that moment on. So, prior to the 5 years ago, I kind of took life for granted.
Okay.
And I was very very I took time for granted. I took family time for granted. I took being able to have a passion for music for granted. So I felt like that was my moment when shit caught up to me, basically. So it was my karma, almost, in a sense.
Okay, sure.
I was just very laid back and not appreciative of anything. So, and then within that time, from that moment of not being able to walk for a couple of months and having the struggle of having to figure out the legal problems with all of that.
Of course.
Then I had life events happen too, with losing my best friend to cancer. It was just kind of, I just felt like this was my bad self catching up to me. So I kind of I called it karma because it's just what goes around comes back around,
sure. Yeah, of course.
And I took a path of just learning other religions and reading up on Buddhism too.
That's
and
awesome.
So I really caught myself just feeling more accepted within that, and just at ease with knowing that it's okay, to find yourself as a person. And
well, that's awesome. It's a really good, well thought out idea for the album. No, I enjoy it. There are a bunch of features on this album. You gave me an advanced copy. I should say that she gave me an advance of the album so I could listen to it and review some of the tracks. It's very jazzy, very very soul singery. It rings of an Erykah Badu kind of style, maybe a Lauryn, not necessarily Lauryn Hill, but it has some hints of that. Who would you say are your influences in your singing style, or who are your influences in what you were thinking of or what you were looking towards for this project or for the album?
Definitely Lauryn Hill.
Of course.
Definitely Erykah Badu. Definitely Actually, I love Janelle Monáe.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. Sure.
She's someone that I've seen a few times, like at festivals and stuff. And I just love how quirky she is. You know, like she's so theatrical and like dramatic, and like her singing style too is just like dramatic at times. But then if she wants, she can like hold it back to where it's so intimate. And like for me, that really, I feel like I connect in her in that way to like understand. Like we could go crazy if we want to. Yeah.
Sure.
But then we're cool and, you know, timid as hell and stuff. So.
No, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
So yeah, for sure those ladies.
That's great. No, I mean it really comes through on the album. Like it's very much when I first started listening to it, I was like, man, this really sounds like a late '90s, mid '90s kind of, you know, like jazz vocal album from like, you know, coming out of Philly, coming out of like, you know, coming from the Roots crew or something like this is something the Roots would be listening to, right, or something.
Yeah.
So it's good. No, it comes off really, really clear that was your intent. I'm sorry, I started the question by asking about features.
Oh yeah.
Who are some of the people that were also? I know that there's a bunch of guest vocals. There's a few rappers. Who are some of the people that you worked with? How did you come to work with those people? What was the process for that like?
Yeah, well, all of the tracks except for one were all produced by Harmonic Sapien. Okay, so he reached out to me and he was actually like, I love your singing style. I want to produce for you. I have he actually gave me 15 tracks.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I was like, oh my God. Okay, cool, let me work with these, you know? And I really like his style of production. And then, so yeah, Harmonic Sapien worked with him for the majority of the tracks. And then feature-wise, I actually, the past year I've been hitting like the local Chicago music scene pretty hard, not only for like open mics and stuff, but just like shows. And I don't know if you're familiar with Pivot Gang.
Yes, rings a bell. Yeah.
So Pivot Gang, they actually they're like a local rap gang, I guess. Collective. There you go. Yeah, of amazing artists. And I went to Joseph Chilliam's concert like a year ago, and he's super quirky and like nerdy too, and I love that. Like I love just people who are just so true to themselves.
Sure, I think it's important. I mean, I think people can tell when someone's putting on a, you know, an air or putting on a falsehood, you know.
Yeah. So he's up there and he's like, you know, doing his thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to work with this guy. Like he'll probably tell me no, you know.
Sure,
he'll probably say no, I'm sorry, you know, I'm way too cool for you.
Yeah.
And I get it. No, but I went up to him at the bar and I was like, hey man, I want to collab with you. Can we get together? And yeah, so he was like, I'm totally down.
That's awesome.
I'm able to. If you want to, let's do it. So Joseph Chilliam's is on Universal Feeling. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he puts a good twist to it because his rapping style itself is just, it's unique, you know.
He does the ex-boyfriend verse.
Yes.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I assumed. I assumed. You had mentioned Joseph Chilliam. There was also a female MC that I had heard in the album. I think her name was Red Bella. I'm not super sure.
Yes.
But do you want to talk about working with her? She offered. I think she might have been on 2 tracks, or she has on 1 track.
She's on 1 track.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And she she's another amazing artist who works very hard in like the community in Chicago. She's a dancer. She's a creative director.
Oh, that's awesome. Does she dance like she's just a hip hop dancer, or she dances with like a group? Okay.
No, yeah, she's amazing. She's a photographer. She does everything.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I told her too. I was like, I have this track. It's about Chicago violence. I feel like you're able to, you know, passionately talk about it. So can you be on it? And she's like, heck yes. So she came over, had some wine, chilled out. Yeah, you
That's
know.
what's up.
I love doing that with collaborations because then it doesn't feel like a collaboration. Then someone just like sends you an email and says, hey, here's my from this point to this point of the email. You know, I want to like actually sit down with the person and vibe with them. So yeah, it was awesome. It was
That's really good. That's really good. You had mentioned the Chicago music scene and that you have been hitting the paint fairly hard. What are your thoughts about the scene right now? I know that people have conflicting views, and some people think that there's not enough involvement. Some people think that there should be more attention from mass media. Some people, I mean, what's your general overall view besides, I mean, I don't know the stereotypical, like, you know, oh, there's so many great artists and so on and so forth, but do you have any, like, feelings that go beyond how the Chicago scene can grow, or what are some things that you feel might be missing from the Chicago scene, or just an overall impression, really, of what's happening in our city?
Well, I feel like, you know, definitely our city has a lot of issues, and in the music scene, you know, with especially just we're making history with as a Chicago music scene. Chance the Rapper,
Sure.
He's the first independent artist to win a Grammy without being signed to a label. So it's like, I feel like we're doing good. Like, I feel like for the majority of it, like, everyone has like their collectives, and they're all with a purpose in trying to bring some sense of, you know, awareness or harmony. You know, for the most part, I feel like it's good. You know, even like different genres and like different styles of music, or even just artists or comedians, like they're all like passionate in some way or form. So for the most part, I feel like the Chicago music scene, it's definitely developing into something that's become more aware on the scene, you know, on the map as United States of America. So
sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's good. I haven't really seen any negative sides of it. I try not to see the negative sides
of course.
of it
No,
as
of
much.
course.
Yeah, but as long as musicians, as artists, if we're able to bring like awareness of what's going on in our city, helping the future generation to have their opportunity to grow, you know, like, I feel like it's good that we're doing that, and I feel that it's going to continue.
Of course, no, sure. What are some of your favorite rooms to sing in or to see concerts at in Chicago, or favorite venues, so on and so forth?
A couple of my favorites, definitely the Nightcap.
I
know, I gotta say
shouts.
No, but the Metro, playing at the Metro was amazing, because the stage, the lighting, how small of a venue it is for like a bigger venue in a sense.
Yeah, I see. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I saw Frank Ocean there.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Like, I don't even know how many years ago. Oh, 5 years, because it was a week after my accident.
Oh wow,
So
crazy! And you went to the concert? You're like, I'm not gonna let this stop me.
Like, I'm not gonna. I can't walk right now. I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. But I'm going.
Oh man, that's
I was like,
brave.
Yeah, but when I saw him there, like, you just feel it, you know, like the acoustics plus the PA, like, just totally, like, I don't know, it gives you these chills at that venue.
Yeah, of course.
So definitely the Metro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer. You supplied an answer to the question.
Yeah.
What else do you have on the horizon right now? Do you have any concerts coming up, or do you have any, you know, I know that we do the open mic here if you want to shout out the open mic.
Yeah.
But any bigger concerts, or are you doing a release album? Are you doing a release party for the album, or are you doing any kind of events for the album, or just kind of putting it out in the world and seeing what happens first?
Well, yes. So I have the open mic. That's this Friday, the same day that I'm releasing the album. So there may be
some
some
crossover.
songs that
Some
I'm
crossover.
doing. Yeah,
Sure.
And then also the night before, I'm actually going to do a listening party here.
Oh, awesome! That's really nice.
Yeah. So I just confirmed it with Aaron.
Literally right now.
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago. So so there's going to be a listening party here. Then the open mic on Friday, which everyone is welcome to come to. That's the whole purpose of it. And then March 3rd, I also have a show, and that's going to be at the Pilsen Outpost.
Okay.
Right around here too.
Sure.
So I have March 3rd, and then also March 11th, I have a show at La Catrina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love La Catrina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah, so I got a couple shows coming up, and then in April I'm actually going to be going to California for a couple weeks.
Oh wow, crazy. Okay.
Yeah, the Life Project Chicago, Daniel Martinez.
Yeah, I know Daniel. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Shouts to Daniel Martinez.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's been like helping, promote my music. He's really.
So you got you a connect in California?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. So you're going out there to perform?
Yeah.
That's really dope. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So thanks. And then in July I have a couple shows planned, like tentatively. So yeah, I got a couple things coming up. I'm excited.
If you had to, I know this is a tough question, but if you had to pick a favorite from the album, what would be your favorite song from the album?
My favorite song. Honestly, I think it would have to be Question, the last one.
Question? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I don't know if you felt this way, but
Okay.
most of the tracks are like very, like you said, 90s vibe. But then the last one, it's very simple and it's just acoustic.
It definitely sticks out amongst the tracks. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
so,
sorry.
No, you're cool, dude. So that song, I just like that vibe of like being able to like dance with the instrument. And then the lyrics for that one, just they're very important to me, to be able to say that you can never question who you are as a person. Believe in yourself, be confident, especially as an artist.
For sure.
Stay true with your perspective as an artist. Because I know there are some artists like that look down on themselves because they see other people doing things or whatever, but it's like, no, like stay positive, stay true to who you are.
Sure.
Yeah, so for sure that's the one for me.
That's awesome. Well, Joslyn, thank you very much for being here today. It was lovely having you. It's great being here at the Nightcap again for Cafecito sessions. Please check out the Root Gents webpage. Check out our Facebook. Every Friday you can catch me live with Guillermo Duarte, another member of Root Gents, doing the Gentleman Hour. Please tune in. We go Facebook Live, so you can definitely watch it. Joslyn, once again, thank you. Appreciate you having here.
Me.
The album is called Karma. It will be releasing this Friday. You can find it on her SoundCloud, I'm sure, and on her other websites. We will be playing Question to outro here, so you can catch a little bit of it and you can see what she was talking about in the interview. Thanks, guys.